Right, hello then everybody, welcome back to the Golden Sky. Today it is Tuesday, the 30th of September 2025. This is the player ratings for Liverpool's 1-0 defeat in Turkey to Galatasaray. We've got a lot to get into today, guys. We have got a lot to get into today. But if you are new around here, before we get into it, if you're on YouTube, please do drop a like on the video and comment away. Let me know what you think to the ratings, what you would rate the players. Always happy to discuss with you guys in the comments below to get your opinions in as well. And guys, we want to say a big thank you first of all. Let's get the good out the way early before we get to the bad in this video. For the support recently on the channel has been amazing. Again, we are currently at the time of uploading 1 subscriber away from my sort of lucky signature number, 147. If anybody knows me, 147 is my number. So we are on 146, I believe. So if we can get to 147, that'd be pretty cool. And then obviously if we can get to 150 and 200, help me out, click subscribe. I would really appreciate it. We need it on nights like today. If we've got rival fans, you can also subscribe to the channel. You're welcome over here to laugh at Liverpool. I do the same with United and Arsenal and whatnot. Okay, podcast listeners, 5-star rating and reviews. As always, really appreciate all of you guys too. So we've talked for long enough to start the video. Let's get into the ratings today. I have a lot to get off my chest in this one. Let me put it that way for you all. So here's the players that played, and we'll get to rating them. But before we do, I have some people that I would like to talk about first of all. Okay, number 1 on my list today, Victor Osimhen. This guy, the fucking wannabe Batman up front, knocking around there with his blonde hair. This guy is nearly 30 years old. Like, he's closer to 30 than he is 20. He's got a tiny little front garden patch of blonde hair on his head, right? We'll get to the rest of the blondies on the pitch later, but running around with his Batman mask on, thinking he's out of bloody Gotham City or something. This fella is the biggest melt of a footballer I've ever seen in my life. In my life, this guy. We've played against Osimhen a bunch of times now, and every time we play against him, this fella just spends more time rolling around on the ground than he does doing anything else. I'm sick of him. Absolutely sick to death of him. He's an absolute melon, is what he is. Honestly, he drives me up the wall. How many times in that game was he just lying down in our box? Like, just lying there, and the referee's like, oh no, Osimhen, oh no, Batman's down. Stop the game. Honestly, and then on comes the doctor, the flipping Galatasaray doctor in his bloody suit. Why have you got a suit on for? And Osimhen's like, oh, I need my calves massaging. Oh, mate, he was doing me head in. We're immediately tilted here, guys. How many times is this big giant, honestly, he's like I need to just compose myself, I swear. This big melt, jumping on the ground, holding his legs when nothing's happened to him, limping off the pitch like he's got bloody, I don't even know. Like his legs are tied together, he's doing the bloody sack race or something at school. And then he comes back on 2 minutes later, he's charging around with his Batman mask on. I'm surprised he didn't have a cape on. Can you spray me calves, please? Fuck off, knob. Honestly, he's on my list. He's a knob. I'm sick of him. Right. The doctor as well, you're on the list. Thinks he's in bloody Gotham City as well. You're on the list. Keep massaging his calves. Even when he gets subbed off, he's lying down. Did you see it? He's subbed off. He's on the bench. Of course, he's not just sat on a seat like a normal person. He's there, bloody lounging around, like having a little what's it called, a lamaze or whatever the term is. I don't even know, guys. Lying around, having a little sun lounge in the Turkish heat. Sick of him, I am. Like I said, you've got all the blonde hair brigade and knocking around for Galatasaray. They've all been to the same barbers. I mean, I suppose what else is there to do in Turkey but go to the barbers and all dye your hair blonde together? It was like watching a old 60s Hollywood American film with Marilyn Monroe and co in it, knocking around with the blonde hair. Unbelievable. How many of them was there? There's one lad, Mario Lamina. Okay, first of all, he's wearing number 99, right? He's got a blonde mohawk. I think he's 32 years old or something like that. Grow up. Honestly, mate. Grow up. Okay. 0 for Osimhen, 0 for the Doctor, 0 for the Blonde Hair Brigade. What else? Goal alert. Watched it on Amazon Prime tonight. They had this new thing going on. I've never seen it before. Goal alert in the corner, bottom left of the screen. Every single time a goal was scored in any game, no matter what the game was, goal alert would pop up. I wish there was a fucking goal alert for Liverpool. I was watching all game for a goal alert for the mighty Reds. There wasn't one. I watched all game long. I saw bloody Marseille scored 4 goals. I saw flipping Atletico Madrid scored about 8. Goal alert, goal alert, goal alert. I wish I could have turned goal alert right off. It's almost about as ref cam. Tell you, goal alert 0. What else? John Champion and Alan Shearer on commentary. My word. Right. I'll be the first to say Liverpool were absolutely crap tonight. We were shite, okay? We didn't play well at all, but these two, they were having a... it was like I was at a wake for Liverpool's funeral, I swear. They're like, oh, Liverpool, the worst team I've ever seen here. Galatasaray playing absolutely amazing. Oh, aren't they great? Shearer's probably just fuming because we've signed Isak. Let's be real, okay? Let's be honest. He's been spouting off all summer. Isak's never going to leave. Isak's never going to leave. Or Saudi Arabia, we love you. No, he came to the mighty Reds. And he came to touch the ball no times. And we'll get to Isak later on. John Champion. I mean, maybe they were just rubbing each other's heads, hoping one of them would say something useful. Like the fucking genie from Aladdin, just rubbing each other's heads, thinking it's like a lamp. Maybe one of us will say something good at a certain point in this game. Well, no, neither of them did. Just both of them chatting nonsense for the whole game. Apparently, you could mute it. I didn't know. I would have done that if I could. But yeah, and then the last thing before we get to Alisson was Galatasaray's music. Obviously, John Champion and Alan Shearer 0. Oh, and Clement Turpan, the ref. Honestly, Clement Turprat is what I like to call him. Knocking around. All I did was look at his face. It was like I was watching Trossard. Looks exactly like Trossard, but more punchable. Wandering around, giving penalties for nothing. All I did was stare at his face the whole first half. Second half, it was just foul, 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 foul. Honestly, I just could have killed him, I swear to God. And Galatasaray's music, well, the atmosphere is unbelievable. I give that a 10. It was unbelievable. As we know, that's why it's called Hell. But they score a goal. They play this tune. It's like flipping discos going on. Honestly, it's like I'm at a rave or something all of a sudden. And then, when the disco was finished, they played a giant lion noise. Just like roaring away. What the hell? What have I walked into here? Am I at like Bongo's Bingo or something mad like that? Like, have I done all the drugs before I watched that game? Because it really felt like I had. Yeah, it's a real crash out, I tell you. They had the fella on the mic, the Turkish fella, who was turned up to about 500 decibels, just yelling, Victor, Victor. Oh, God, mate. It's like he's calling for Batman, got the flipping bat symbol in the sky, and this fella will come with his mask on and his cape and his stupid tape all over his legs. Oh, me calves. Grow up, honestly. Just lying down on the ground. Sick of him, sick of Galatasaray, sick of Liverpool mostly. That's what's got me in this mood. Should we rate some Liverpool players? I think we probably should, shouldn't we? That's probably what we should do. So we'll rate Alisson, and once again, I feel bad for him in this one. I feel bad for him because, first of all, we concede a penalty. It's never a penalty. We'll get to that in a second, but nothing he can do about that, unfortunately. And then he saves a one-on-one after... Oh, we'll get to the Green Giant later on in this game. My word. Good God. But he saves the one-on-one. He made it look like a piece of piss. Saved another one-on-one after about 4 minutes when the fella ran through. Yilmaz, he was one of the blonde brigade. Looked like a sheep. Looked like a baby lamb out there on the left wing. But he gets injured saving this one-on-one. I don't know what happened. It's like he saves it and then he just immediately was like, oh, I'm injured. Maybe it was because he was in Turkey and like... we know what Turkey's like. The meat just falls off the bone over there. Maybe he'd spent too long over there and his hamstrings just fell off. We know what his legs are like. He's every year he gets injured from nothing. He's out for 10 games or so. This would have been when we get Kelleher in. Well, step up, Mamardashvili, mate. It's your time. Alisson's legs have been the bloody kebab shop. It's unbelievable. That said, he was pretty good, so I'm going to give him an 8. He wasn't as good as he was against Palace, but I felt bad for him, to be honest. Right back, Szoboszlai. We need to talk about this. We've got a real problem at the minute, I think, Liverpool. And that problem is we don't have a clue what our best team is or where to play our players. It's a massive issue. Listen, Szoboszlai's playing right back. Okay, he played brilliantly against Newcastle. He played brilliantly against Arsenal, and he was all right tonight, honestly. But he's not a right back. Okay, he needs to play in the middle of the pitch. I'm sorry, he does. He can't be playing right back, and that be our best team. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. We see that, okay, because in the first 5 minutes, the fella threads a ball through. It's a great pass, but it goes in the blind side of him because he doesn't know where to stand, right? He's not a right back again. Okay, next one, he's one-on-one. Dominik Szoboszlai was not signed to be a one-on-one defender in our own box. Like, this is madness, what we're doing. This is absolute madness. And he's there, jockeying. The sheep runs past him and turns around, right? And Szoboszlai tries to turn, okay, and literally brushes the fella's chin. It's like he gives him a little stroke on the chin. And of course, the sheep falls over like the farmer's just ran over and like pushed a sheep onto its back and it can't get up. It's like, oh, I'm a sheep and I'm on my back. And then the referee, Clement Turprat, is like, penalty, as quick as he possibly could. Honestly, the foul had barely even happened, then he gave the penalty. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe he gave it. And then you've got Clattenburg. He's got a nice gig, and he speaks for like 10 seconds a game. Probably gets paid a load to come on Amazon and do that. They go, hey, Mark, what do you think to that? And he says, oh, yeah, well, he hit him in the face, so it's a penalty. Cutting edge analysis from Clattenburg, as per. Yeah. Well, apparently it was a penalty, so you tell me. That's never a penalty in a million years. It's never a penalty. We were hard done by there. As angry as I am tonight, that's never a penalty. And I think Szoboszlai was all right. Again, he's like the only player who seems to, I don't know, to deliver the ball in early, to try and work an angle for a cross, to like show some like desire to drag the team forward, to like get on the ball, and he's always involved and goes to the very, very, very last second. Always right there, available for a pass, trying to make something happen. So for me, he has to get a 6 tonight. Szoboszlai, let's give him a 6. He's not a right back. We've got to stop playing him at right back, in my opinion. I don't even want to rate Konate. I don't even want to rate him. Right. He's playing at the minute like if you had a horse for the Grand National, yeah, or any horse race, and it does that thing at the start of the race where it like shits itself a bit and it doesn't run properly. And I don't quite know how it works in horse racing, and it's pretty cruel. But I think basically what they do is they take the horse and they just shoot it, right, and put it down. Well, he's playing like a horse doing that at the minute. If he was a horse, he'd be taken round back of the shed, and someone would put him out his misery. Because honestly, at the minute, it is woeful, and it's such a shame because I love him, right? He's the most personable, likable footballer ever, right? But at the minute, it's like he's got no feet. And what I mean by that is, it's like he's playing, his legs just end at his ankles, and he's got to knock around the pitch running on his ankle bone because he can't pass the ball to anybody except for the other team, apparently. He gets Alisson injured because he just gives Batman the ball, right? He just gives him it under no pressure. He's like, oh, fucking hell, Batman's up front for them. Have you seen that? Passes him the ball. Did you also know Batman's a place in Turkey? Just throwing that in there. Bit of knowledge for you. Maybe Konate thought he was there tonight. And he was at some sort of show. Gave Batman the ball. Go on, Batman. Well, injured Alisson, so cheers, Konate. That was fucking brilliant of you. We're there in the last few minutes. We think we get a penalty. Turns out, this big bumbling buffoon had just wellied one of their players. Of course he had. He's just, at the minute, all he wants to do is play wrestling with the striker. That's all he wants to do. I called him Mark Emery last week for wrestling Mateta. This week he was like Andre the Giant there, in his green kit, trying to body slam everyone, thinking he's like in WWE in 1980 or something. Just body slams all over the place, leg drops, Hulk Hogan style. I'm sick of him. He can't pass the ball. He just keeps wellying it long. There's a reason why he's on the ball all the time, right? It's because teams filter the ball to him because they'd rather Van Dijk not have it. And then he gets it and he just wellies it to the goalie every time. Absolutely wellies it. He's driving me crazy. He was fucking rubbish tonight, guys. He was rubbish. Like, terrible. Nothing good. The one thing I'll say is he wasn't somehow as disastrous as he was against Palace. So I'm not giving him a 0 because I do say 0s are rare, but he's getting a 1. He was terrible. So bad. Yeah, that's all I want to say on him. The Green Giant, I called him against Burnley. He was like the bloody Iron Giant tonight if you hadn't put any anti-rust on it for a decade, and he was just frozen in place like the fucking Tin Man on the bloody, what's it called, Wizard of Oz. The fucking Tin Man's at the back. But every now and then he turns into Andre the Giant. That was basically who we had at centre-back with no feet. Right, Van Dijk. Again, I feel a bit bad for Van Dijk, but I think he's doing everything too slowly. We can't build up. If you watch us play, we have the ball at the back and our centre-backs have it and they just won't pass it into midfield, or they don't have a pass on for them to pass it into midfield. It's doing my head in. We just keep kicking the ball long, time after time after time. When Van Dijk does it, more often than not, it works out because he's an unbelievable passer of the football, and he was putting some unbelievable passes through tonight. He puts one to Gakpo in the first half, couple going over to Frimpong, like unbelievably hit, like perfect passes. But that is not how we should be. Yeah, I'll try that again. That is not how we should be building up. It just isn't how we should be building up. We should be able to play through. Galatasaray was shite. Let's call it like it is. They were rubbish. They couldn't believe they beat us tonight. They could not believe it, okay? That's why when the game finished, they whacked on that bloody Turkish jazz or whatever they had on. Some sort of, like, mental music came on at the end of the game. They were all singing it. That's why. They couldn't believe it. And we've got Van Dijk playing 50-yard passes every time he gets the ball. I don't know. He wasn't disastrous. He's honestly having to defend for 37 different players at the minute, it feels like. He's got Konate next to him. He must be looking over thinking, what the hell has happened to you, mate? I thought you were quite good. What's happened? So, for that reason, I'll give him a 6 as well as Szoboszlai, you know. Like, it's weird tonight. It's really disappointing that we lost and we weren't very good, but I actually don't think our individual performance was all that bad. We're just crap as a collective at the minute. The pitch was rubbish as well, but no excuse. It was rubbish. It was like a bloody farmer's field, and no wonder because they had the sheep on the left wing and Batman up front. What's going on? Left back, Kerkez. I don't know. How are you supposed to judge him? It was just a confusing game tonight, really. What does Kerkez do? The amount of times he had crossing opportunities and we don't find our players is unbelievable. Cross the ball to one of our big, massive fellas in the box, lad. I don't know. He kicked it with his right foot a few times tonight. That was something at least. And I think he's also struggling when we give him the ball to build up with. He keeps getting the ball at left back and there's no pass for him. And he's like stuck. Where do I pass the ball? He's really struggling. And yeah, I don't know, guys. Nothing came through the left side. I actually thought he defended all right. They didn't attack really, did they? Let's be honest. I can't think of anything right now off the top of my head that he did that was a massive mistake. So I'm not going to talk about him for all that long. I don't think there's anything. Just, yeah, not great though, was it? Like it's at best a 5. You can't cross the ball to a Liverpool player, which is doing me head in. Like he's got opportunities in the first half. There was 2 in a row where he could cross it, maybe find Ekitike someone. No, straight to their big fella. I mean, they've got Davinson Sanchez playing at centre back. Do you know what I mean? Davinson Sanchez, who was absolutely gash at Spurs for about 5 years. Like, come on, guys. What? This is ridiculous. We didn't score a goal. Gravenberch, I thought he was rubbish tonight. Look, he's been one of our better players so far this season. I thought he was rubbish tonight. He just kept on getting caught on the ball over and over and over again. Like, dilly-dallying around the box. Keep giving him these passes. It's unbelievable the passes we will play sometimes. on the edge of the box there in the first half. We give him one where he's got 14 different Galatasaray players around him. They just surround him like a pack of dogs. He loses the ball, and then he has to take out Batman, who rolled around for 27 years wanting a penalty, even though the foul was about 10 yards outside the box. He's there like, penalty, penalty. Shut up, you stupid Wally. It's never a penalty in a million years. Get up. Call the flipping doctor on to massage his calves again. Seriously, Gravenberch was bad. He was. Yeah, sloppy on the ball. Didn't really offer us any sort of way forward, any link from defence to attack. Got booked, lost a few tackles, not any protection to the defence. I don't think it was a good performance. I'm going to give him a 4. I don't think he was very good. Let me actually select him. I'm going to give him a 4. Yeah. I'll move on to Jones. One of the most confusing performances of the lot today, I tell you what. Do you know, first half, I actually thought he was doing all right. I honestly thought he was one of our better players. The thing with Jones is he's absolutely never shy of getting on the ball, ever. And I really, really, really respect that about him, because that was a really hostile environment tonight. Did you hear it when we kicked off? It was quiet. We kicked off and they did this mental, raw scream thing. It was insane. If I was playing, I'd have literally done a poo right in my pants, right there. Just poo would have come out. And I don't think I'd have been able to play. So I really respect him getting on the ball, being brave. What did it earn him? Well, Mario Jr., aka Mario Lamino, with the stupid blonde mohawk, absolutely flattens him, and he face planted the floor like he's playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or something. Just completely chin planted, like skidded on his chin. Like there must be some cartoon character with a big chin. Who's that one? Johnny something. Johnny, I don't know. He's like blonde hair or something like that. I saw he's got a big chin. Anyway, cut his chin like mad because he's sliding on the pitch, which was made out of bloody sandpaper. And yeah, that was what he got for his troubles. Then second half, he gives away one of the worst passes I've ever seen, again to Batman, which was terrible, like such a bad mistake. But instantly he legs it back and makes a brilliant tackle. Obviously wins the ball, and flipping wannabe Batman with his garden patch again. Surprise, surprise, is rolling around. So actually going to give Jones a bonus point for that, for smashing that knobhead one. But was he good? I don't want to give him a 7. So I think I'm going to give him a 6. The thing with Jones is people might disagree with that one, honestly, because people don't really like Jones because he isn't very flashy or whatever. But I thought he got us moving. I thought he was one of the only ones who'd show from the defence, try and move it forward into the attacking phase. I thought he linked up well. He's not afraid to put his foot in, which is what we needed. But he was a little bit slow to press on the goal. I will look at that more in the tactics video sometime later this week. I'm giving him a 6. I'm sticking with it. Wirtz, again, this is another one like Szoboszlai. I thought Wirtz was playing pretty well in the second half, especially. Our team needs to trust him more. And now, listen, he wasn't great tonight. He's no higher than a 6. Let me make that abundantly clear, right? But he gets in good positions to get the ball and our players won't pass him it. It's like they think he can't handle it in the tight areas, or they're scared to give him it because they think he'll lose the ball. So what they prefer to do is just lump it long. It's not good enough. We need to give... He's like Pedri, right? You give him the ball no matter what, no matter where he is or who he's around. The problem he's got at the minute is sometimes he's about 50-50 when he does something good. Sometimes he links up really well. He played one where he played a little 1-2 with Ekitike and then knocks the ball over the top for Isak. It was brilliant play. And Isak hits it, and it was straight at the keeper, but it got through. Right, it was a small chance for us. He played some good balls through in the first half, but the other 50% of the time, he just passes it straight to them. Right, it's not good enough, really. He just keeps on giving it away. The biggest problem I have at the minute, and this is a problem with Arne Slot, is he keeps ending up on the left wing. That's got to stop. Point blank. That has got to stop happening. You saw it. He went to the left wing, and basically our attacking impetus just died. It just completely died last 20 minutes because Ekitike got injured. Wirtz goes to the left. He shouldn't have done that. He should have left McAllister on the bench. We'll get to him later. And he should have brought Rio on or someone like that. And he should have Put Rio on the left and left Wirtz in the middle. Florian Wirtz should never be moved out of the middle. I don't care where he played for Leverkusen. I don't care if it was on the left side of sort of 2 10s. He's not a left winger. He should never, ever be the furthest man on the left-hand side of the pitch. He just doesn't get the ball. He's not got the pace to play on the left wing. And that is just not where he's good. And even still saying that, he got the ball on the left one time. He jinked inside his man. He puts a delicious ball in. Bradley should have scored. I don't know what there is to say. Like, I feel like at the minute, Slot is not playing the players in the right spots. I don't think he knows where to fit everyone in. He's working it out, and I'm hoping that this is just early season. And look, guys, honestly, the result, it doesn't really matter tonight. The result, we'll still qualify from the Champions League, whether it's in the top 8 or not. We'll still get into that qualifying round at the very least. I'm sure of it. Honestly, when we did the draw, I think that was our hardest game. I remember reacting to it on the live stream. I said, that's our hardest game, right? It turned out they were absolutely shite, but alas, that's not the point. It's the atmosphere that you play really there. So the problem that we have is more the performance and what we're seeing on the pitch. And I think the fact Wirtz is being shoved out on the left wing is just bananas to me. So I'm going to give him a 6 as well as some of the others. I'm just looking at Jones. I'm looking at Van Dijk. Szoboszlai. He's definitely not worse than them. He just can't pass the ball to our players enough. But he's the only one who makes anything happen. He really is. If you go and watch the game again, and we'll do it together later this week, he's the only one who makes anything happen. He's the only one. Right, Frimpong. See, this is another thing. He's got it all mixed up. It's like he's got a puzzle. Yeah, like he's a kid. Arne Slot I'm talking about here at the minute. He's got a puzzle. And it just... He's fitted all together. It's made a nice square, but he's done that by just jamming the pieces together till they bend and they're sort of all shoved in and they're all not quite right. He's got like the skies up here and then it's in the other corner. Like it's all messed up. That people will tell me Frimpong can play right wing, and I don't even think he was disastrous at right wing. I actually thought he was all right, but he's so one-dimensional when he plays right wing because he can't kick it with his left foot at all, right? He can only go down the line, and luckily he can do it a lot because he's so fast. But the Turkish fellow, or whoever the hell was playing left back for them, just clocked that in the first half and was just sending him inside. And from that point on, all he wanted to do then was just dribble. He just kept dribbling, out for a throw in. I was like, Frimpong, fucking cross the ball in, lad. Honestly, why won't our players cross it in? It's driving me up the wall. He does a brilliant bit of play in the second half. He drives to the byline. He cuts it back. We almost score. It was our best chance of the whole second half, right? That's what he needs to do if he's playing right wing. Again, I think Slot's experimenting. I think he's almost thinking, well, Salah's going to go to AFCON in January. Let's try Frimpong at right wing. For me, it's just not a solution. I personally think he should be playing right back. And Szoboszlai should be playing right wing if you're going to do something like that. Really, I do. That said, he wasn't that bad tonight. He actually wasn't that bad. So I'm going to also give him a 6. Yeah. I just thinking of his individual play, like he actually did try to take on his man, and I can appreciate that. I'm giving him a 6. Don't let these fuckers commentate and tell you that we were utterly rubbish tonight. We weren't that bad. We were unlucky a little bit, and Galatasaray is a really tough place to go. We weren't great, and it's worrying, to be honest, that we're still not great. But we weren't as bad as they'd have you think. They've got you thinking that we're like the worst team of all time. They're all melts. Don't pay any attention to them. They're all wet wipes. They don't know what's going on. So let's talk about Hugo Ekitike then. Another injury for us. Fucking ace. That's brilliant stuff. I don't really know what happened. Who was it who passed him the ball? I don't know. It might have even been Wirtz or someone. I don't quite remember. Passed him the ball. He goes to sort of reach for it. Couldn't get it. And then seemed to like pull up. Maybe I thought it was cramp. Maybe it was his groin. I'm sure Slot will tell us. Hopefully he's not injured and it was just a bit of like cramp or precautionary type thing. Didn't look great though to me. Same as Alisson, he comes straight off. And from that point on, we were fucked basically. I really like Ekitike. I'll say that straight up. I think he's really, really good. First half, he goes through. It's a great run, really powerful, really strong, pacey. Gets through, gets a little bit unlucky because he just gets knocked off balance. It was actually good defending from the fella at the back, and he tries to like roll the goalkeeper. It would have been really really nice if it came off. The goalkeeper actually makes a really good stop with his foot to stop it from happening. So I'll give him credit for that, Ekitike, because it was unlucky. And then he nearly scores with a lovely little flick as well. In the second half, it was really unlucky as well. He's just super confident, looks really, really smooth on the ball, not afraid to come deep and show for it, trying to help out the midfield, although he does need to be a little bit more alert at times when he does that. He got caught on it a few times today, where he's not quite fast enough on it. But he's still learning, you know, and his dribbling is really, really good. A couple times in the first half, he's mazying through players. I really like him. I was really impressed again. I just hope he's not injured, basically, because if he is injured, our trip to Turkey consisted of a loss, watching the shittest game of football I've ever seen in my life with 27 million fouls, Alisson getting injured, and Ekitike getting injured. So all in all, not a very good night there. And listening to some shite Galatasaray music when they scored. So Ekitike, I'm going to give a 6 to as well. I can't give anyone higher than a 6. I really can't. I really can't. So we'll do Gakpo. Gakpo. Hits that one with his knee after Ekitike's chance, nearly scored. Of course, the fellow was right on the line just to clear it away perfectly. If that was Liverpool, I'm telling you right now, that would have gone in. Either our player on the line, fucking bolt of lightning would have hit him or something, and it'd have gone in. We'd have just got that unlucky, but of course, they clear it away. I actually thought he was pretty good. First half, I thought he played well. He was taking on his man, he linking up well, winning balls from Van Dijk, like his long passes, making good runs. But he slotted a few good passes through. Generally, I think he's underrated, Gakpo, by our fans, especially this season so far. He seems to have become a little bit too heavily criticised, in my opinion. I thought he was pretty decent today, but we were worse when he came off, which is always a sign to me of when a player is playing all right. I think when you bring them off and you get worse. That said, he wasn't great, was he? Like, I'm talking positively about really not a lot. Like, it wasn't a very inspiring performance. We barely did anything in the game, and if that's the positives that we're having to go off, our standards have got quite low quite quickly. That said, I think he's a 6. He's no worse than a 6. People might think we played worse. People might think we played better. I think it was pretty average, our performance now. It was pretty flat. Tough place to play. Unlucky with a shit penalty. And they just spoiled the game after that. They just absolutely spoiled it. It was a really bad game to watch. So Mamardashvili comes on for Alisson. His meat just fell clean off his legs. Just clean off the bone. He's got no legs left. As per what happens to Alisson, he's put them on the barbecue for too long. So Mamardashvili comes on. With 92 minutes gone on the clock in the 98-minute game, he's asking if he can go up for a corner. I don't know if I love it or hate it. Like, this mad lad wants to go up for a corner. We probably should have sent him. But it didn't matter anyway, because of course our corner was rubbish, and I think it ended up with them on the attack. So that was good. Look, he did nothing, did he? We won't spend a long time with him. We'll just give him his 6 here, and we'll move on. Because he did nothing. He did nothing. Salah came on. Oh, God. Salah. Listen, he doesn't start the game, which is a bit weird. He is getting a bit older. Maybe this is what we're going to start to see a little bit more of his minutes managed. He's not been playing well, also. There is that. He came on today. He wasn't great. But the one thing he did do was put a few passes through that helped us get the ball forward. It's not a lot. The standards are low. But he did play a few decent passes. And that's something you have to take from this game, because it was a snooze fest, wasn't it? It really was. Just a really disappointing, rubbish game. I've actually got less angry, I think, as I've recorded these. More just disappointed and let down, to be honest. You look at the players we've got. Look at that team there. Look at it. Look at the names. And look at the performance that we're putting out. It's astoundingly bad. It really is. Someone made a good comment on my last video. They said, we need to sort of determine in this team who's the finishers of our attacks, and who's the creators of our attacks. Because if not, you end up like the Galacticos, where they all sort of want to do it, or all leave it to one another. I think we're struggling with that. I actually agree. At the minute, Salah, he's not found himself the way he's found himself last season. I don't know what it is. Maybe he needs another hair transplant or something whilst he's in Turkey. Get a fresh one going, and maybe that'll reignite him. I'm going to give him a 5. He gave the ball away too much when he came on. He just keeps doing it. Yeah. Bradley, this fella's playing fucking brain dead at the minute. Absolutely brain dead. All he wants to do is come on and welly people. That's it. He just came on, wellied someone, got booked. Sound. See you later, guys. Thank you very much for coming, Connor. That's what he keeps doing. He won't cross the ball, ever. I don't know why. He gets in quite decent positions and then just won't cross it. Just cross it in, please. Our players will not cross it. It's driving me mad. Like I said, got booked. Didn't offer a whole lot else. For me, it's a 4. For me, it's a 4. Isak came on. This is really fucking doing my head in, to be honest, with Isak. And not him, everybody else around him. He's played a combined probably 90 minutes for us in the Palace and Galatasaray games, right? I think he's touched the ball less than 10 times. It's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Maybe he's got to get himself involved a little bit more. Maybe, sure. But it's unacceptable for us not to give him the ball. It's just not acceptable. Do you know why we can't get him it? It's because we can't pass the ball through the middle of the pitch. So we can't cut a team open, meaning that we get opportunities to play through balls or passes sort of to his feet that he can dribble with, have a shot. We can't do it. The reason why also is because we keep going behind at the minute. The last 2 games we've gone behind. So teams just sit back and defend and there's no space. And then we won't cross it to him either. So he's just stood up front thinking, what the hell am I doing here? He had one shot. He made a decent run. Maybe he could have took it further in. It wasn't a very good shot. And he had one other bit where he does a lovely little sort of back heel and gets Kerkez in. That was it. That was all he did. It's not good enough. And it's not his fault entirely, but I would like to see him get on the ball a little bit more. He looks like he's going to start on the weekend against Chelsea. My God, we need a performance in that game now. It's become a massive game for us. We better see a reaction in that one. So for me, I can't give him anything higher than a 5 because he didn't touch the ball. And then McAllister. Oh my God, McAllister. Dios mío. Alexis, por favor. Por favor. Why? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Why is this guy so bad at the minute? My brother said it best. I can't put it better than what my brother said. That pass he played at the end where he just passed it straight to them under literally no pressure. No one was anywhere near him. It's one of the worst passes I've ever seen in football. And he just gave it straight to them. My brother goes, why is he playing like he's on spice? And I think that sums it up, really, for Liverpool today. This fella is absolutely snoozing. My mum also said, it's his new baby. Well, I'll tell you what, Macca lad, I'll look after your new baby. Honestly, I will. Bring him over here, or her. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter, right? Bring him over here. I'll take care of him. You focus on getting better at footy, okay? Because you were class for like 2 years, and all of a sudden now, you can't do anything good. Like, at all. Not a single good thing. So, bring your baby, right? It's fine. I don't know how to take care of a baby, but I'll sort it out. I'll figure it out. You figure out the football. Listen, it'll be sound. How hard can a baby be to look after? Yeah, you whack it some milk, you whack it some mushy food, and then you keep it far away from watching Liverpool games so it doesn't grow up to be a Liverpool fan and watch that shite. That's all you need to do. The 3 rules of baby looking after in: give it milk, give it mushy food, don't let it watch Liverpool. McAllister 2, absolutely woeful, but not quite as bad as Konate. And that's everybody. Yeah, really disappointing performance again. Was today. That is everybody. I'd give Slot, like, maybe I'll rate him, but I don't want to do that every week. But he was poor again. Not as bad setup wise, but I just don't like him putting Wirtz on the left. I don't like him putting Szoboszlai right back anymore. I don't want to see that. I just don't. Yeah. Bit confused at the minute watching Liverpool. Bit confused. But what I'm not confused about is that they are the ratings, and I hope you did enjoy watching them, and hopefully they gave you a good laugh and cheered you up after the Liverpool game. Always helps me get a bit of steam out after watching them. Guys, it is the international break coming up soon as well, so I want to start saying in these videos, I'm thinking of doing a video where I answer some questions you might have about Liverpool's season. So if you've got any questions you want to ask about Liverpool so far this season that we can look at together in a video where we sort of answer all your guys' questions or points, you just get any points you'd like to raise that you want me to look at in that video, please do comment away and I will sort of collect them all together if there's enough of them, and we'll make a video on it. That could be quite fun maybe. But yes, if you did watch to this point, thank you very, very much. Please do leave a like on the video. And like I said, can we get to 150 subscribers? I think we can do it with this video. By the next one, let's hopefully have 150, which will be the tactics video later this week for this game. And we'll have a lot to get into, I'm sure. Because tonight was shocking once again. Really disappointing. But yes, they're the ratings. We'll be back later this week. I hope you did enjoy the video and I hope you do have a good rest of your night and a good day on tomorrow until the new video. That's all from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I'll speak to you very soon. Goodbye.